My senior year, I was drum major, and the most special thing was every single competition, every single football game, my dad was there on the sidelines, and he was the one that would push out my podium that I would stand on and direct from, and just seeing his smiling face and knowing that I had somebody there that loved me and supported me, it was great to have that family organization of the band and the friends, but to also know I had a parent there looking out for me too. I'm doing the same thing with Aaron. You know, I may not be pushing out a podium. Sometimes we push equipment out on the field, but you know, I'm there, whether it's for my son or for somebody else's kid that, you know, just needs a friend or a parent or an apple or a granola bar. You know, I love to ride the bus with the kids. I love to know their personalities and to see what's special about them. And you look at them and they're all part of this family unit. They're not left behind. You know, they have a support system there.
While growing up in Georgetown, Kentucky, the lessons Michele Byington learned from her parents made her who she is today, caring wife, mother, and supporter of those in need.
There's not a lot of places where you can give $1 and it turns into $9 worth of buying power. So last year, Second Harvest put out 64 million pounds of food in Central Florida.
Well, Second Harvest Food Bank of Central Florida, we're a bridge. Think of that mental image. And we're a bridge between all these folks that are in need of food, okay? And on the other side of the bridge, you have all the surplus food or this wasted food that exists throughout America and through each of our communities. So we're the bridge to connect that surplus with the folks in need. Michele, she's involved in our board of directors as a volunteer. And brings a lot to bear. To have a professional like Michele from the banking industry. The other thing is her impact on Taste of the Nation here in Orlando for that special event. A couple thousand people come to that event, you know, each year. Taste of the Nation is an event that I became involved with 6 years ago. And for the last 5 years, I've been the co-chair of the event. We're really trying hard to hit 300,000 this year. The great thing is a third of that money goes to Second Harvest Food Bank that turns whatever that amount is that they get times 9 to feed hungry kids in our community.
She makes us look better in the community with her involvement. She has branded regions and Orlando and Central Florida as somebody that really cares about making a difference, from her involvement with the church to her involvement with Taste of the Nation and the food bank. And we are better for it as a company because of Michele being the face of the company for Orlando.
If you see what she's done over in the charitable and civic area, it's not a quantum leap to think, well, if she is that way with the less fortunate and those that are in need, that will translate directly into her honesty and forthrightness with regard to you.
I had the opportunity to go on my first mission trip 7.5 years ago. I didn't really know what to expect. I just had that 100-pound weight on my shoulders that I had to go. We had a day trip to visit this orphanage, and the lady that ran the orphanage is Jackie Caro, and her house was just like this house of love. She had over 25 kids that day. She knew every single story. Every kid had an amazing, special, miracle story. And it made such a huge impact that the next year, when I went back and took my husband to the Dominican trip, it was like I had to go see her. I could not wait until the day when we got to visit Jackie. Seeing their personalities come out, hear their stories, and knowing what terrible conditions they came from, and seeing how happy they were. And the amazing thing is you think you're going to show them so much love, and they wind up loving you more than you can ever imagine. And it's been fun to become personal friends with her and hear the struggles and be a support system and to be a prayer partner and to be a financial partner. And when she needs somebody, she knows she can call me and count on me.
Michele has a heart for the least, the last, and the lost, folks in our church, in our community, and around the world. And you see it with her involvement with Jackie's House. You see her care and compassion for people. right here in our community through Second Harvest Food Bank and Taste to the Nations. Michele raises a lot of money and does a lot of things for the good of this community.
But I always say is you have a box that you're standing in. And if you take one step outside of your box, and whether it's helping a neighbor, helping an organization, wherever your passion is, if you're doing it for the right reason, you step out of your box. Your box grows bigger, you know? And God makes you bigger, you know? And then it becomes where you have to grow. I'm sort of worried sometimes because I step out and then it grows even bigger and I'm like, really, this is what's next, you know? But if I look back 7 years ago, I would have never thought I would be doing the things that I'm doing now. But I'm excited that those challenges and those situations have been presented to me because I've loved every minute of it. And it's the best part of my life. You know, it's really cool. Here it comes again. Woo!